Today we're going to cook some pineapple chicken stir fry, with the wok, my brand new wok. So I searched around on the internet and I found a really good, what I think is a really good way of making pineapple chicken stir fry. And it was a YouTube video put up by a fella whose username is Happy Wok. Well, that sounds good to me. So anyway, part of the recipe required a hot bean paste. Well, wifey doesn't like hot bean paste, and we can't find bean paste anywhere in any of the stores, so I decided to go ahead and make my own, but I wasn't sure how to do it. So I contacted the guy who put up the video, the Happy Wok video, and I said, hey, look, how do I make this stuff? I can't get it locally, and the wife doesn't want it to be real hot. He said, just take some black beans, go down and get some black beans. He said, get some fermented black beans and add salt to them and all this other jazz. But the best we could do, the only thing we could come up with was ranch-style black beans. So what I did is I took half the beans out of the can and I stuck them in, a container right here. And I'll go ahead and stick that in the refrigerator. We won't use that. The other half I strained through a strainer. I got rid of all the juice. Didn't need the juice. And it is down here in the blender. That's all, just nothing but beans down in there. Now the way this stuff is made is you take a little ginger and you fry it up with a little garlic in a frying pan. Well, I'm just making a tiny bit, so I'm not going to use a frying pan for that. I'm going to put the oil in, which I decided to use this time some grapeseed oil. I'm going to fry the ginger and the garlic in some grapeseed oil just for a few minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and add rice vinegar and a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of salt. We're going to put a little bit of sugar. And there's one other thing. Where is it I wanted to add to? Oh, yeah. I'm going to put a little bit of Cholula hot sauce in there. Not very much, but I'm not going to tell wifey. I'm just going to put just a little bit. So let's get the garlic and ginger fried up first in the grapeseed oil. Alright, once again, the noise you hear in the background is Grandma doing laundry. I must be making a YouTube video. Yes, I am. Alright, what we're going to do, normally you use cloves for this, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this because it's quick and easy. Throw that on in there. I'm going to take some of these sliced ginger and put it in there. I'm just going to fry it around a little bit, not for very long, okay? Let me crank up the fire here a little bit. I think I got it a little bit too low. I'm just going to get a little flavor in that oil. Then I'm going to remove the garlic and the ginger. After it's cooked for quite a while, I want it to brown up a little bit. Then we're going to take it out and put it back in the bowl where the ginger came from. The garlic is beginning to brown up, and that's what we want. We want the garlic to be a little bit brown, almost kind of a toasty looking brown, okay? The ginger, it doesn't matter, it'll be ground up inside the paste mix anyway, along with the garlic. You see how it's beginning to turn brown? That's good. Now we take it out. Now comes the fun part. While the oil, I have removed the garlic and the ginger from the oil. And now while that's cooling down, we'll go ahead and add a tablespoon of sugar and about a half to 3/4 on this one because we're not making very much. Then we'll go ahead and add our, get the lid off of this rice wine vinegar. I'm not going to use sake today. I'm just going to use rice wine vinegar. Put maybe, I don't know. That looks like about plenty. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt, maybe a teaspoon of salt or so. We're going to have to kind of eyeball that. Not very much, don't need much. Alright. And I am going to add a little bit of soy sauce in mine. You can make this any way you want. I want to add a little bit of soy sauce. You can use the regular or the unsalted. And then the secret ingredient. Yes, the secret ingredient. Don't tell wifey. Add a little bit of that down in there. Yeah, oh yeah, it's going to give it the old spice. Alright. Now we're going to put our lid on. We're going to mix this up a little bit, not very much, just enough to kind of make a paste. Alright, that should be about enough for now. Now we're going to go ahead and add the ginger and the garlic. Now you don't have to toast the ginger if you don't want. And you don't have to make your garlic quite that dark. When you have whole cloves, you could have used whole cloves. It'll be a lot lighter, just kind of toasty on the outside. So let's get that in there. The last ingredient is, of course, the oil. We'll go ahead and pour all that oil in there. That'll be really nice. Now we'll just go ahead and let it blend for about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes. Let it become real creamy. Well, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and pour the black bean sauce or black bean paste in this bowl and keep it. I just tasted it. Boy, it tastes pretty good. Now, it's not black because I had to use those ranch-style black beans. That would have been better if I could have found just plain, ordinary, salted black beans or fermented black beans. But they weren't around, but it does taste very good. And we will be using this for the pineapple stir-fried chicken. Alright, the lid goes on. We'll stick that in the refrigerator and use it this afternoon when I get the walk out. Everybody's been telling me, we want another cooking video in the walk. Okay, alright. Meanwhile, I have a lot of cleaning up to do. Oh. It's that time of day to get the chicken and the pineapple stir-fry going. Oh, I got all kinds of goodies going here. By the way, I will be adding a little bit of chicken stock to it with some cornstarch mixed in. That's about, I think that's like a little over 1/4 cup of chicken stock. And we'll be putting about a half a tablespoon of cornstarch in there. Mix it around. But first, we had to get the bean paste that I made into the chicken. And now I'm going to whip it all around, and then we're going to let it set in the refrigerator for at least a half an hour. I may wind up adding more bean paste. It depends on how well it covers the chicken. Now, I wanted larger pieces of chicken. The wife said that she wanted smaller. So, being the ruler of this place, we went with the smaller. Alright, I'd say that's about right. Now we'll go ahead and stick her in the refrigerator, and after she comes out, we're going to go ahead and deep fry those pieces. I decided not to use the deep fryer for the chicken, and we're just going to go ahead and use a pan with some oil in it. The deep fryer, just for this little bit, just wouldn't be worth it. Too much of a problem cleaning it all up and pouring the oil back in the container and all that. So I'll just sit here and just boil this for a while in the old grease until she gets fairly crisp. Now that's the way you want your chicken to look, nice and golden brown on the outside, really good looking. It's time to add some of the cornstarch, a tablespoon of cornstarch to that, what is that, 1/4 cup of chicken broth, I think that was. I think I put in a little bit more than a 1/4 cup because I'm cooking quite a bit of chicken today. I'm just going to go ahead and thicken it up with some cornstarch. And now we're heating up the wok. Alright, it's been heating up quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and add the oil. That ought to be plenty. Just wait until she's fairly hot. Like so. Now take a little bit of water. I'd say she's about ready. I guess I can crank her down a little bit, huh? Yes, I can. Alright, what we have to do is we have to add garlic. We have to add onions. We have to add, and wifey wants bell peppers in hers. Okay, we'll add bell peppers. And then some pineapple. We'll put our little pineapple in there. You want lots of pineapple, she just yelled. Okay, lots of pineapple. There we go. Lots of pineapple. I'm not a pineapple freak. I don't particularly like it, but she does. Let me get a spatula here. Alright, the idea here now is to fry this stuff until the pineapple sort of kind of gets brown. Yeah, we want it to be kind of like a golden color. So we'll go ahead and crank up the fire now a little bit, now that we got our veggies in there. So I'll be working on that for the next few minutes. And of course, while I'm doing this, wifey whipped up a pot of rice in the old rice cooker. I'm really getting hungry. I can't wait to get this done. And the old pineapple is starting to sear up good. See it getting brown and everything? That's what you want. Oh boy. We're almost ready to add the chicken and the chicken broth with the cornstarch. And then it's just a matter of a few minutes and it'll be done. Just cook it just a little bit longer. Yeah, she's ready now. Let's get the old chicken in. Yeah, look at that chicken. Ooh. Oh man, this is going to be so good. Smells great, you know. Of course, I always did like the smell of garlic, you know. Garlic cooking, and even boiling it. I don't care. I always like the smell of it. Now we'll go ahead and mix up our cornstarch and our chicken broth. I suppose you could add a little more chicken broth later on if you wanted to. This is just to thicken it up a little. Yeah. Ooh, baby. Won't be long. We'll be all done with this. Man, I'm telling you, this is looking great. Great, great, great. Well, there it is. All we're going to do is put it over the top of some rice, or maybe on the side of the rice. Eat the rice separately, however we want to do it. And I'll tell you what, I just hope I've done Mr. Happy Walk justice on this thing, because it sure looks good. I hope it tastes good. That's called a rice paddle she's got in her hand right there. They come in different sizes, by the way. And we're going to go ahead and put a little of this over here on the side, maybe. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to give this a try. There you go, baby. All right, what'd you say about it?
It's good.
You like it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Does it need any salt and pepper? No, huh? All right, let me give it a shot. First time I ever made this. Well, I guess I better stab it with my fork if I'm going to try it. It's good, but I think it needs a little salt. I'm going to have a little salt on mine. Of course, I've been working outside, sweating to death all week, working on that wood. Probably need a lot of salt before it's over. And I might even put a shot of soy sauce on it. Just like that. All right, well that's it for our stir fry. Pineapple chicken. Give it a shot. All you guys, you know, that have your walks, if you've never done it before, and you're all telling me to get with the program and do it. I've done it. That's it. Until next time, this is John.